Hi, my name is Uma Medke and I'm founder of Spotlight Speaking, where we help entrepreneurs learn how to become powerful and effective speakers so that they can make a bigger income and impact in the world. I'm so glad you've chosen to sign up for this training video, 5 strategies to turn your stage fright into stage power. Now, I've been a voice coach and performance coach for over 13 years, and through that time I've had the joy of helping so many people really find their voices and really be able to share it on stage. I've helped hundreds of clients really get over their fear of the stage and really be able to connect to their audience. And that's what I want to help you do today as well. So before we go into the 5 strategies, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I started out young, 13, so shy, and I really had this dream. Even though I was so shy, I had this dream to be on stage. I wanted to be an actress or a singer on the stage. But I was so shy, this little Indian girl that nobody talked to, and I just had a dream and that's it. Well, I met someone who was just this great mentor for me, and she was an opera singer. And I was like, wow, that's so different and so neat. And I started to train with her. And through high school, I started getting into select choruses. I started doing different kinds of performances and being in select choirs. And then when it came time for college, I decided to do a vocal performance degree. And I went on to get my opera degree and my master's. And after that, I started to teach and just coach full-time performance practice. And so I went from this small, shy girl who had only one friend in the whole school to this person who was able to connect with people and really perform and shine. And I've had the privilege of helping lots of my clients do the same thing. So before we go into the 5 strategies on how to turn your stage fright into stage power, I want to go over some of the myths that people have about stage fright. Have you ever been up on stage and your hands got all sweaty and you started to shake, or your heart started beating so fast, or you thought that you would forget all your words, you're so nervous? Well, that reaction, that body sensation, is actually a part of your body's fight or flight mechanism. And it's a perfectly normal thing that comes to be. And when we go over these strategies, you'll find that those same sensations that create that feeling of nervousness or the palms sweaty and shaking, that energy can actually be channeled into excitement and into connecting with your audience. And so the idea is not to try to push away your stage fright or push away your nervousness, but actually to utilize that energy and to turn your stage fright into dynamite and turn that power of that sensation into connecting with your audience. The second myth I'd like to talk about is this idea that maybe I should not speak until I am not nervous anymore. Or maybe I should just not speak at all until I feel ready. That's a myth, because you will always have nerves. I mean, the nerves don't ever go away, and you don't want them to go away, because the second they go away, it means you're not being present. So the nerves, what happens is as you do more and more performances, as you have more speaking engagements, you will get used to the feelings and you'll be able to navigate them. It's sort of like being on a ship and navigating the waters. So at first, if you don't know anything about sailing and you get on the water, you just might be afraid and just not know what to do and just feel completely unaware of how to navigate. But if you are with a seasoned sailor, they'll know how to navigate the water so that you don't have a choppy ride. And yes, the waves are still there, but you know what you're doing and you know how to maintain your sense of calm and center and maintain your kind of edge. So it's kind of about dancing on this edge between the nerves and the excitement. And we'll talk about how to do that in just a moment. So I want to go in the 5 strategies to turn your stage fright into stage power. And the first strategy is clarity. So when I say clarity, I mean clarity of your message, really knowing who you're talking to, your target market, or some people call that your niche, and really being clear on what their needs are, what their challenges, and what the benefits they're looking for are. So being really clear on who you're talking to. So really knowing your audience, knowing what their fears are, knowing what their dreams are and their hopes. And so that clarity is around your target market. It's important to know this because if you can't connect with them with your words, if you can't really say that you understand their pain, then they won't be able to hear you. They'll see you talking and they'll see you up there, but they won't really get to hear you deeply. So really being clear on your target market. Another point of clarity is being clear on your speech. So actually sitting down and having a structure for your speech. They say that preparation is king, right? So the more preparation you can do, the better. And I agree with that in a lot of ways, where you are preparing your speech and you have a step-by-step system. Now, with my coaching clients, we go through a signature speech and really craft out and hone in on what the important parts are and how to make that happen. The second strategy to turn your stage fright into stage power is client focus. So there's this myth going around that to get up and speak, or if you wanted to sing or act on stage, you would have to just make sure that you were dressed the proper way and be impressive and have this kind of air about you that's confident and, yeah, I'm confident. But that actually is not the way. That's kind of like the old world thinking of creating a speech or trying to present. Instead of selling, you want to think about serving. So it's not about yourself and putting kind of the attention or the focus on you, but actually on the client and how to serve them. So really client focus, focusing on their needs and really serving them. I mean, if you're really focused on them, you won't worry if your hair is out of place or if you stumble or say something wrong. There really isn't any wrong thing you can say as long as it's being spoken from your heart. So really focusing on the client and really seeing their clients as the heroes that they are, already seeing them in a positive light. And whether they're your clients or just an audience, seeing them as your potential clients and as people that you want to help. So service is so important. It's really about serving your audience. And so all those negative thoughts that we have, does my clothes look right? Am I saying the right thing? Does my face look weird? Am I gesturing correctly? All those things will come with time and experience. And really all you need to know right now is when you get up there is to really focus on the audience. Here's one action tip to help you with your client focus. And that is when you get up on stage to look at one person while you're speaking. So you might be looking at one person while you speak a phrase or a thought and then switch to another person. And really focus on one-to-one communication and connection so that you're really finding that connection with that one person and it'll still translate to the whole audience. So really knowing that you're focusing on the client, and even just if you look 4 people in the eye during the whole speech and you just kind of alternate between them after your phrases, that will create connection with your whole audience. The third strategy into turning your stage fright into stage power is to really get centered and really practice being centered on stage. Well, why is it important to be centered on stage? So many reasons. If your breathing gets shallow, at which most of us, our breathing gets shallow when we get up on stage, if we practice in this kind of breathing, then our voice kind of comes up here and we're out of breath and we kind of get high in pitch and shrill and people can't really understand what we're saying. So it's really important that you can really ground and really get centered. I had a client, her name was Kayla, and she really wanted this dream to be on stage as a singer. And when she came to me, she was 14 and she was so shy and so close that her body was actually like this. When she would try to sing, she would be like, ah. She would hardly have a sound come out. And so we really worked on getting her posture correct, getting her really connected to her breathing. And within a couple months, she won 3rd place in the Miss Arizona pageant. And she went on to get the lead in her musical the next year. And so this is just an example of how important it is to be centered on stage. And so I want to give you 2 action tips with this. The first one is being centered with your posture. Posture is so important and breathing is so important. So I want to do a posture exercise with you right now. So go ahead and stand up if you would, wherever you are. And we're going to pretend like we're in kindergarten. So we're going to go ahead and raise up our arms. Kind of raise them all the way up, and then we're going to go to one side, and then go to the next side, and just kind of have your feet shoulder width apart here. So what we're going to do is play a game. We're going to bring our arms down, but keep your rib cage where it is, and keep your shoulders really high. So you're keeping your shoulders really high, your rib cage where it is. It feels really strange. Now let one shoulder blade slide down and the next one slide down. And bend your knees. So here you should find that your rib cage is a lot taller. And so instead of this kind of collapsed position here, you've got this taller kind of presence where you can really feel open with your heart, and people can feel that. So it's really a heart-opening exercise that we're doing right now. Let's do that again. So we're going to go ahead and stretch up, feet shoulder width apart, and then go ahead and go to one side, and come up, and go to the next side, and then come up. And then go ahead and stretch up one more time up, and then we're going to let our arms kind of float down, but keep your ribs where they are and your shoulders where they are. And one shoulder blade slide down, and the next one slide down. And then bend your knees. And you should feel this whole area open up. So it's a world of difference from being, I'll back up so you can see, a world of difference from being here and here. So even just that little shift. And ladies, don't worry if you're worried that that doing this will draw attention to other body parts. This actually, when you stand up really tall, it really actually draws the attention to your face. This kind of creates a centered kind of energy here, where this really lifts up to your face. Next, I'd like to show you a breathing exercise that can help you really center your breathing. So often we breathe kind of up on top of our chest, so with this kind of really shallow feeling here. And what we want to do is bring the breath down into our belly. If we breathe too high, again, we get kind of that breathy feeling, and we're never taking a breath. We never actually get a breath, and we're just out of breath all the time, and it can really just distract you from your performance. So I want you to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, and we're going to just take a breath here and just kind of over-accentuate the breath up in your chest. Do it again. Good. So now let's do it again and have you actually breathe in through your nose and move the hand on your belly. Breathe out through your mouth and through your nose. Good. So there's more to do with this, but I wanted to give you a little taste on how to really breathe down low and to center your body, so that when you're on stage and you're standing shoulder width apart, you've done your posture exercise, and now you know where you're breathing, that you're really centered with your breathing. Then you can really speak from a place of authenticity and power. And with my coaching clients, we go more in depth in this so that you can really practice in your body this feeling of presence and centeredness. So the fourth tip to turning your stage fright into stage power is charisma. So what do I mean by charisma? Have you ever seen a person walk into the room and everyone in the whole room turns to look at them? Maybe it's a party or a meeting, but for some reason, some invisible force forces everyone to turn and look at this person. They have some kind of it factor or some kind of magnetism. Now, I believe that that kind of it factor is something that we all possess. It's just about turning it on and really switching on and being able to turn on that bright light within and share with others. And so I'm going to do an action step here with you, this exercise, where you can really just open up your energy and open up your realm of influence. And people will feel right away when you step on stage or you step into that networking room, they will feel your energy and want to work with you and feel your positivity. So this exercise is called a ball of energy. And again, we're back in kindergarten, and I want you to go ahead and do this exercise with me. Go ahead and stand up if you can. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that we have a ball of energy in front of us. So we have this ball of energy, and I want you to just look at it and see what kind of color it is. So go ahead and just kind of turn it around in your hands. And I want you to imagine that ball of energy is pushing your hand. It's maybe a blue, a purple, whatever color it is. It's pushing your hand away. Whoa, it's getting bigger and bigger. And on your face, just allow a smile to open, as if you're just like this kid. Whoa, so cool. You're opening and opening. And allow that ball to go into the whole room. So you're looking at that ball, that color, purple or blue, whatever it is for you. And I want you to see that ball everywhere. So every corner of the room, you can see that huge big ball. And now you're bringing your arms down, but you're keeping it in the air. So you're keeping that energy in the air. Wow. And I want you to feel like you're filling every part of the room. So I want you to point to a corner of the room and say, there I am. Or look into another place and go, there I am over there. And we should just let your energy just hold the space. And as you do that, you feel your posture, your feet are flat on the floor, knees bent, and feeling that energy. So this exercise is deceptively simple, but it can really help to open and enliven your energy. And something that's really important with this exercise is to know that your excitement, your passion, and your joy is more contagious than any looking good or looking impressive. Your joy and your desire to help people will be felt. And so really allowing your energy to come out and shine like this is so important. So I want to show you two different kind of ways. So here's the before picture, me not kind of holding my own space here, not letting my energy shine. And now a different picture. Can you see a difference? This is a difference that you can see in yourself. So I really encourage you to do this in front of the mirror and to practice just opening your energy and letting your joy and your passion shine through. The fifth strategy to turning your stage fright into stage power is community. Community is so important. Without a community, you can feel like you're alone in a ship in the middle of the ocean. You can feel like you're not supported and you have to do everything on your own, like you're pushing a boulder up the hill. But you don't need to do that anymore. Community is so important. So whether it's two friends that are on the same path as you, your same entrepreneurial path, or it's a community of people in a workshop or some kind of training, or whether it's a coach that can help just encourage you on, even just one person that's really on your side that can help you on the process will really help you to feel confident, and that confidence will show. And so community is as simple as reaching out to a coach you may know, or reaching out to your friends. And I really highly strongly recommend this. Nobody got here on their own. I mean, if you talk to the top producers and successful people, they'll tell you that people helped them on their way, and that they would never have gotten where they were today without it. I mean, look at Oprah. Oprah had this dream to be a radio star and to be a TV producer, but she didn't know how to get there. But it was through people who helped her along the way, people who believed in her and really saw her talent. And so it's important for you to do that for others and for people to do that for you. So it's really important to find community. So today we went over the 5 strategies on how to turn your stage fright into stage power. The first one was clarity. The second was client focus. The third was centered. The fourth was charisma. And the fifth was community. And so I really invite you to go out and practice these skills. So getting really clear on what your message is, getting clear on who you serve, and really getting clear on your structure of your speech and going through the structure. And then there's the client focus. So really focusing on your client, on how you can serve others, not what you look like or all of that kind of self-centered thoughts, but really focusing on the client. Then we talked about centered. So really practicing the posture exercise we did and the breathing exercise, and getting really clear and present to what your body feels like when you get nervous, and how to bring that breath back down to the center of your body. And we talked about charisma, that ball of energy exercise. So really getting used to opening up your energy and letting it just kind of fill the room with love and joy and all of the passion that you have for what you do. And then we talked about community. It's so important to connect with others and to really get a coach that really can help you on your path, help you get clear on what you're going to say and how you're going to present, and getting clear on your message. Thank you so much for attending this training. And if you're interested in learning more about how you can turn your stage fright into stage power, how you can take that energy and really use it to your service and to what you want to create for your clients, I invite you to click on the link below where you can actually schedule a session to talk with me for 30 minutes. And we can really look personally one-on-one to see what you need and how you can move forward with your speaking. I want to just let you know again about that free strategy session. If you just go ahead and click below, I'll be able to get to know you a little bit better and really talk to you about what your needs are personally. So I'm so excited to meet with you. So if you're interested in learning more about how you can really grow your presence on stage and really connect with your audience, I invite you to click on the link below and sign up for a free strategy session with me today. So thank you again, and I just wish you the best, and I just want you to go out there and live with abandon, open your heart, and share your beautiful voice with the world.